everybody, welcome back to my channel and to my coffee book tag. This tag has been going around BookTube for a while, and so I thought I'd do it because it's really fun. I'm not sure who created this tag, so I don't know who to give credit to, but it's really creative. You have a list of drinks and you have to choose a book that matches that drink. So the first book is the Peppermint Mocha. Name a book that becomes popular during the winter or the festive time of year. I chose A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. I see this everywhere at Christmas time. It's a British classic. Who doesn't love a little bit of Dickens in the winter? The next one is the Hot Chocolate book. Name your favourite children's book. Journey to the River Sea by Ava Ibbotson. This is the story of a young girl who has to leave her London boarding school and move to the Amazon with her governess. This book really spoke to me as a child because I went to boarding school, so I felt like I could empathise with the character a lot and being away from home and how that feels and what it's like to be at boarding school. So I fell in love with this as a child and I still love it today. The next book is the Double Shot of Espresso book. Name a book that had you on the edge of your seat the entire time. So for the Double Shot of Espresso, I chose Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. This is the second book in the Red Queen series, and I read this in a day. I was in a perpetual state of anxiety reading this book. I was literally shaking reading the pages like, oh my goodness, what's going to happen next? So many instances where you may not get out of it alive and they just keep happening, and then when the action isn't happening, something's happening between the character dynamic that makes it so tense you just can't put it down. So this would definitely be my Double Shot of Espresso book. So the next book on our coffee list is Starbucks. Name a book that you see everywhere. For this I chose The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I just see this book absolutely everywhere. That hipster coffee shop book. Give an independent author a shout out. I'm going to hang my head in shame at this question because I don't really read many independent authors. Just not a hipster. The next one is the Oops, I Accidentally Got Ducasse book. Name a book that you're expecting more from. I had to get out Elizabeth is Missing for this question. This book was so hyped up. It was called outstanding, unforgettable. It will have you on the end of your seat. So I was really excited to read it. And I read just past halfway and it was so deathly boring. I just couldn't finish it. Following on from that, we have The Perfect Blend book. Name a book that was bittersweet but ultimately satisfying. And for this I chose Wicked by Gregory Maguire. Even though the ending is really quite sad in a way, I did find it really satisfying. I love the next question in this tag, the Green Tea book. Name a book that was quietly beautiful. So for this one I chose Norwegian Wood by Murakami. There's a double meaning to this being my green tea book because the author is Japanese and it's set in Japan, but also in a way it's quietly beautiful. The next question is the Chai Tea book. Name a book that makes you dream of far off places. For me this was Aladdin. I know it's technically a film, but it's also a book. I'm making it a book. The final question is Earl Grey. Name your favourite classic. This was a really hard question for me. I almost went with The Age of Innocence, but I think my favourite classic would have to be Madame Bovary by Flaubert. This to me completely changed my perception of women in literature. It made me reconsider what I wanted in life. It was a life-changing book to me. That's all the books in my coffee book tag. If you have any cool ideas or answers for this tag, then let me know in the comments, or do the tag and let me know that you've done it so I can watch your video too. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye everybody!